Hello, everybody. Quick note. Stay tuned after the review that me and Jenny are about to do for you for a little look at the game on the table. I take a moment to look at it and give you an idea of the way it plays and all of the mechanics to help you make the decision of whether to buy it, play it, or just avoid it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to the Game Warrior. My name is Jason.
I'm Jenny.
And today we're looking at the 1 to 4 player competitive game, Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Designed by S.J. McDonald and Shem Phillips and published by Garfield Games. It's right here. That's the game we're talking about. What? What a flimsy piece of crap! There's not even a game in the box!
Exposed.
Okay, tell everyone what we're doing here.
All right, the whole point of these videos is to help you decide whether or not you want to rush out, buy the game, throw down your cold, hard cash in order to play it, or let someone else fork over the cash. You just go over to their house, eat their food, and play the game, or avoid it altogether.
Run to the hills. Okay. Who catches that? Tappa, tappa, tappa. Get in there. Say it. You know it. You know what song that was. All right. So that's what we're doing. The theme is, so this is the first of a trilogy of 3 games following the pattern that they have been doing. So they started with the North Sea trilogy, of which Raiders was the first, and then there's a couple others that aren't, we've never played any of the North Sea, and I don't know anything about them other than Raiders is supposed to be pretty good, and the other 2 are less notable. Now the trilogy that we do know a little bit about is the West Kingdom, which started with Artifacts. No.
Architects.
Artifacts. Did you just say Artifacts?
I said architects.
Oh, architects.
Artichokes.
The first one starts with artichokes of the West Kingdom. Artichokes. Or just cracking ourselves up. Then goes to Paladins, which a lot of people like, and then Viscounts, which is our favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then this is the new trilogy. And it's just started. The next one's coming, I think, next year, called the Scholars of the West Tigris. No, the West Tigris. Okay, so this game, they always do something new and fresh with each game.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
We were talking about this earlier. They just
impressive.
always keep coming up with new things. I mean, when these 2 guys sit down and go, what should we do this time? I don't know. Let's try this. Yeah. And it's always, they're getting better. They're getting tighter. They're really good games.
Yeah, they're great games. Mm-hmm.
So buy it. And that's the review.
There you go. Done.
It's got a little bit of worker placement.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some dice. But I wouldn't say it's Ameritrash. Like, you never get to roll and kill someone. Which docks the game a couple points in my book. With the smile. She thinks I'm being funny. What's one of your favorite games this year is called Massive Darkness 2. And you like rolling dice and killing people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. With miniatures. There's no miniatures in this game. So it's what you are is you're a scholar, kind of a wayfarer, and you're mapping. You're out mapping the world. And so you go out and you map lands, cities, seas, harbors, heavens, and you put them all together in this beautiful map, and you journal how you're doing it. And so your figure moves through this journaling thing, and you build a tableau of cards. Mm-hmm. You just build a tableau of cards, and which is just really fun to me. I love building tableaus of cards. Mm-hmm. It's just, you feel like you've accomplished something. It's like in Ark Nova. We've talked about Ark Nova a lot on this channel. You build a zoo. Anything you're building something, it's just fun.
Yeah, yeah. And the cards, obviously the cards are all different and give you certain powers.
And do end game scoring.
Do end game scoring.
Yeah.
So you're not just building out, you know, a tableau that then gives you maybe an immediate action. You're building out a tableau that throughout the game you can use those cards to strategize. They help you throughout the game, and then also you can pulling cards that give you a huge endgame scoring.
Yeah. But the end game scoring isn't really what the game's about. What it really is about is sending your assassin into your enemy's camp and killing them.
I've won, I think, all the games.
There's no assassin. I'm making that up.
That's why he loses, because he thinks he keeps sending his assassin in.
I was telling you earlier, we were talking about, when I first hit a game that said, how do you win? And I go, I know how I win. I beat you. Axis and allies, risk. I beat you. You're dead. They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead. That's how you win. And then they go, no, you got to score more victory points. And I went, what? I had a hard time with victory points, didn't I?
Yep.
I'm getting better. I'm growing. I'm showing progress, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah, a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
Victory point.
Fewer assassins.
Victory point therapy Tuesday. We play with a couple guys. We have a group, and they're all like, well, at what point can I go into, like in Ark Nova, go into your zoo and kill your animals? I'm like, you can't.
You can't. Not allowed.
It's a funny group. And yeah, so it's points. You build this beautiful tableau, and then you score points at the end. And so it's a pretty cool thing. Mm-hmm. How easy was it to play, Jenny?
So,
or learn?
Yeah, I didn't read the rules. Jason did. I will say that I was about 3/4 of the way through the very first game, and I still had no clue what was going on. I was just doing what I was told, which was rolling my dice, placing them places to take actions, placing my little meeples out to gain certain powers or little
getting the cards.
Benefits. Yeah. So, you know, just kind of going through the motions, but not in any way understanding how it all strung together, because it's a pretty complex game. There's a lot of different things going on. So, but it wasn't overwhelming. Even on the first playthrough, I wasn't like, I just don't understand this game. I just didn't really know what...
You actually said those words about 5 times.
Well, I didn't mean I didn't understand the game as in the game was poorly designed.
No, you were never confused.
Yeah.
You just didn't know how it would all come together.
Yeah, I didn't know how it all
scoring.
come together. I didn't know how to spin up a strategy. So, but I still found it really fun to play, just to kind of go through the motions and pick the cards and see how it all ended in the end.
So how did it end in the end?
I won.
But well done.
The second game, it was nice because, again, about 3/4 of the way through, I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get this. By the time we played the second game, we were off to the races. It was just really fun.
And then she did it again on the third game.
Yeah, it started to really make sense. So I didn't think it was, for the first game, don't get too... Just kind of go through the motions and figure it out.
Game warrior style. We talked about this too. We just read the rules. Maybe we watch a video. We don't know what we're doing, and we just start going. Just start putting your man out. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Put your man out and get your resource. Get your stuff. Kill the thing. Roll the dice. That's how we learn these games.
Yeah.
And if you accept that, I always say the first game doesn't count unless I win. Right? Guys. It certainly doesn't count when she wins the first one. That's just luck. Blind luck. I don't know if you guys know this about us. We should take a moment to let you have a frame. She is ridiculously competitive.
Yep.
So, first game, hey, this one doesn't count. You're just learning. She's like, I'm already scouting how to slit your throat. Yeah. We should do a video on the competitive nature in marriages and board games.
Huh?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We might have something to say. This is... Okay, so Isa played the rule book. It's good. I figured it out. I refused to look at a video. I wanted to do it without a video.
Yeah, I was impressed that you learned that game as well as you did for that first playthrough, because again, it's complicated.
Yeah, we had a game day and people came, and I was like, I got up at like 4, and read it one more time, and people were there early in the morning, and I said, okay, everybody, we're just playing. And they're like, how? And I go, don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know. Why do we do this? Don't know.
Don't
Just
know.
do it. But interestingly, in the buy, play, avoid category, the guy we played with the first time, halfway through the first game, picked up his phone,
Bought the game.
and bought the game. Okay, aesthetics, components. What do you think?
I love the artwork. I love the artwork of, I don't know who does their artwork.
Mihalo Dimitrievsky. He's a pretty famous. He's done all their art.
In case you're wondering, Jason has the game in his lap.
No, I don't. There's no game here. See, it's empty. Okay.
Just in case you're wondering if he was like kept looking at his crotch over here. That's where he gets
All the answers are in my crotch. I have a game. I have a game in my crotch.
Alright, anyway. I do love the artwork. I love the way he draws the people and makes them kind of cartoony, and the sinister ones really kind of cartoony sinister. And
These are fantastic stuff.
yeah, and I mean, it's a pretty game. If you're familiar with Paladins and Architects and those games, the iconography is pretty much the same, which was really nice when you're trying to learn this game to already have that base.
Paid extra for metal coins.
Do have the metal coins, which is very nice. But, I mean, it's not like some glorious game that's, a work of art.
That's really representative of his style.
Yeah. And it doesn't really need to be. It's, it's meeples, it's cardboard, little tokens and things like that. But it's just so well done. It's, it's simple, it's clean, and yeah.
Yeah, it serves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've talked a little bit about Oathsworn. We're big Oathsworn. We paint the miniatures. It's this giant game. We're painting the miniatures on Massive Darkness too. What do we like a game like this for? Well, it's got meeples and little tokens and metal coins and cardboard things, and yet we've grown to like this.
Yeah, it's great.
How did you go from being a Ameritrash player to being a Euro gamer? Both. I mean, you like both sides now.
I won.
That's true. You won a few. Okay. So components are great. They're good enough, right? I mean, good card thing, good tray. I got upgraded to the metal coins. I will say, and this is that there's two main things. If you can see these things here, they're little cardboard. What are these? Provisions?
Yeah.
And then metal coins. And it was nice to be able to upgrade to the metal coins, and it was frustrating not to be able to upgrade the provisions. Those would have been nice. Okay, next, replayability. How replayability is it for you, Jennie?
So we've played this, I think, 5 times now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to play again. When we were just even talking about doing this video, we were like, oh, we should play that today. So I love this game.
There's a stack of games to review over there. You can't see them. But, like, we're liking review those or play this. That's
yeah.
yeah.
So it's very replayable. There are so many things going on in this game, so many different strategies, so many different ways you can string together a win or a loss, that it is, you can throw it down and it's new every single time.
12. What's the number 12 mean to you?
Nothing, not much.
Not much at all?
No.
12 games of Ark Nova in a row. Yeah.
We tied the last one.
Yeah, I let her tie. She didn't win. So, tactics and strategy. We kind of talked a little bit about that already.
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount going on.
Tremendous. It's got a lot going on.
And I like it because I feel like that sometimes you get into a game and you recognize that player who just does the same thing over and over again, and they just win every time. And with this game, so far, I haven't found that. But I feel like you can try all sorts of different things and still gain massive points and still win the game. So There's so many different ways. They're all weaved together really nicely. They all make sense. So, and again, every time we throw out this game, I'm excited to try something slightly different to see if I can win again.
Yeah. One of our friends is got a superpower. He's got a lot of superpowers. He's a cool guy, but one of his superpowers is plays a game and goes, that's how you break it.
Yeah.
Loophole, got it, win.
Mm-hmm.
He's very disturbing. He can't break this. Hasn't broken it yet.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy. Because I'm happy when he's sad at a board game table. Now, I want him to be happy in his life, but not at the board game table. I want to taste his tears. Sweet, sweet tears. This from the most competitive person I know. She gave Ark Nova a 10, and that number has gone down and down and down.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Because she lost 12 times in a row! Expectations. What do you have for an expectations, my beautiful wife?
So I love the games that we've played from these guys before. So I was expecting to love it. I was expecting it to be different because they do something different every single time. I was not expecting it to be this different.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a tableau building game along with worker placement, along with playing some dice, along with gaining all sorts of actions and cards and end of game scoring, and I was not expecting this, and I'll say I was very pleasantly surprised. I don't know how they do it. They do something completely new every single time.
I love that they've got a great partnership in this regard. They're just like we will buy Scholars. That's the next one. Like if it showed up on Amazon today, we'd hit click and buy.
Yeah.
Like it's just done. We're just going to play the next one.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. That's kind of cool. And it won't be anything like this.
Mm-mm.
So really interesting. Okay. It's available on Amazon retail. We got this for $81 on Kickstarter. We supported them through Kickstarter. They warn you that there's no reason to support them on Kickstarter. There's no benefit to it, except for you can pay $10 for the metal coins, which you can't get on retail. And you could probably get it for 40 or 50 on retail right now. So we paid extra for it because we had to pay for the shipping, the metal coins, but we did it to support them.
Yeah.
But the way I'm looking at it, I'm probably on the next game, we'll just wait till it comes to retail because it was out very quickly after I got it. One really good thing I got to say about these guys. This was kickstarted 2022, this year.
And it showed up.
And it showed up. They said,
yeah.
You'll get it by Christmas. We had this a month ago. We had this early November.
Mm-hmm.
Deliver, over-promise, over-deliver, under-promise, over-deliver, whatever. These guys got it going. I mean, when so many people are late. Very, very happy with this. Okay, let's move to final rankings. We have a little screen here that tells us what they are. And number 1, we use the Board Game Geek system of rating. And number 1 is awful. So the game defies game description. Is it awful, Jenny?
No.
Okay. Is it very bad? Now you won't ever play this again.
No.
Okay. Is it bad? Likely won't play it again.
No.
I'm having fun here. Is it not so good?
No.
How about mediocre?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Good.
Nope.
Very good.
Nope.
Excellent.
Yes.
Number 9. Ours goes to 9.
Yeah, I really enjoy this game. Again, I'm thinking about playing it again right now. So this one, super fun. Highly recommend it. Go out and buy it. Toss it down. Again, if you have some of their previous games, I do feel like it's an easier entry into this one because it is a little heavy, but it's awesome.
I'm going to give it an 8. Very good. Mostly because I haven't won it. Can only be so good if you can't win it. But I enjoy playing it. I am suggesting that you play it or buy it. Buy it if you know these guys and you know that you like this kind of game.
Yeah.
But play it. Absolutely play it. Even if you don't like these kind of games. Sit and play it. Try it. You'll go, what are these? Who designed this? A lot of times I think when I'm playing their games, I'm like,
how do they come up with it?
how do they come up with it?
Yeah.
That's fun in and of itself. So give it a try. Okay, everybody, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This has been Jason.
And Jenny.
Of the Game Warrior. We are reviewing Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Until next time, thank you very much for watching and have a great, great day. All right, everybody, here we are going to look at Wayfarers of the South Tigris on the table. So let's take a look at this with the idea in mind that we decide whether you want to buy this game, play this game, or avoid it altogether. So the game comes with 3 boards. They move aside, and then you can flip them around, which gives them some variety. Okay, so the next time through you can do it differently. Okay, the game is at its heart a tableau building game. Every player starts with their own board. Okay, and these boards have a little bit of difference to each one, but not much. And each game starts with a card in the city, a card in the harbor, and a star card. Okay, so you always start with that and 1 townsfolk supporting you. That's your thing. And you're going to build cards and build out a tableau, and that's how you're going to score points. Right? And everybody has the same starting board, except for this part up here. So, how do you go get those cards? There's 2 mechanics for taking actions. 1 is dice, and 2 is worker placement. Simple as that, right? So let's explain a little bit about how this works. Now, no, I am not telling you how to play the game. I'm just giving you an idea of the mechanics and everything so that you can say whether it's something that would interest you. Now, normally, I should say this is the kind of game that would not interest me, but I'm becoming more and more apt to like these kind of games. It's really kind of exciting that these cool, weird, thinky, multi-dimensional games actually appeal to me, and boy, they are starting to. So, how do the dice work? Right? You've heard the dice are in the game. So you roll your dice and you use your dice as action placements. Okay? So luckily we got a 1. You don't have to put them right here, but I generally do. And let's zoom in on this so that you can get a real sense of what we're doing, right? So I got 2 1s and a 5. Now, see this column here? Forget all of the symbols on it. They don't matter. What this 1 tells you is that this gives you a camel symbol, which means you can place the dice and take the camel action, which I'm going to show you in a second because there is a camel action right here. It's going to come up into the screen. See that in your card that you start with? So you would take that and put it there. You'd pay 2 provisions. These are these things. And you'd go and get yourself a yellow card, which up on the board are these cards over here. These are the land cards, and they come in 2 forms. They come in cities and they come in vistas. And you can see that by the symbol up there. And you would, if say you took that city, you'd put it there. Right? These are the cards for the other person. Or if you took the vista, you'd put it there. And then it could just keep building. Right? You just build it out. And it's really kind of fun. I really enjoy the building aspect of it. Now, what about your 5? Right? You're looking up here. Where's the symbol on the 5? Well, there's nothing there. Don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with it right now. So what are you going to do? Well, if you can somehow manipulate the dice to get it up to 6, and there are ways to do that, you could get that telescope, and then you could come down here and take this telescope action. So you would come, take it a 6, and that would let you go buy a star card. And you build the stars, or the planets, or the comets, and you put them above the city cards like this. You'd have to have another city card first before you could put that there. Right? So you're building this tableau. And that's the fun part of it. You're building it. And the dice do the actions for you. Now, after you use all 3 of your dice, or before actually you can take the recall action, right? Which means you get your dice back and you get to roll them again. When you do that, you come up to this board, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to journal. So the idea is, thematically, you've gone out, you're a wayfarer, you're exploring the sky, the sea, and the land, and you come back and you journal your path here. So you move along the path, and as you go, if you you can see, get a little closer, you pick up bonuses along the way. That's these tiles. And you can pick up extra workers. We haven't talked about the workers yet. But you have to choose a path along the way that corresponds to how many pieces of land you have. So for instance, this one says you have 1 green upgrade tile. This one says to move to this one, you need 2 vistas, which are sea harbors. They look like this. Oops, getting some, okay. A little bit of focus issue there. This one needs a comet. This one needs 3 stars. So as you build your repertoire of cards on your board, it enables you to move up that track. And you can gain bonuses. When you get the purple, you get bonus tiles, right? And then you can get extra inspiration cards. I haven't talked about the inspiration cards because those you add to the top of your star cards. And if you fulfill their requirements, they give you huge end game scoring bonuses, right? So you're taking turns with your dice, but it's not all dice. You also have 2 workers to start with, okay? And your workers are a little different than normal worker placement rules. So the yellow guy can only be placed on the land. This takes yellow and green, right? These just take green up here. The townsfolk only take green. These take yellow or green, and the ocean cards obviously take blue or green, right? And so when you do them, the actions you do there are different than getting cards. They have just different abilities. So if you come here, they're listed right here on the board. You can see with my fingers there. And so they each have a different type of thing. So for instance, this one, how it would work is you'd say, okay, I'm going to take my action. It's my turn. And instead of using a dice, you go, I'm going to put my blue guy right there. And that enables you to go pick up a tile. Now, what are the tiles for? The tiles are how you manipulate, let's say, your caravan board. So you take the tile, you pay its price, it's 3 gold or 3 coin, doesn't matter, and you get to place it here wherever you want. So say I put it there, right? What that means is now every 2 I have is a boat. So I can go use boat features, right? Like this one down here, right? And every 3 I get now is a pigeon, right? And there's a power for pigeon right here. Pigeon lets you journal on the track or pick up a worker. Now here's the interesting thing about the workers. You place your worker there and you say, okay, so when's my recall phase? Do I get all my workers back? No, you don't. You don't get them back. What you do is the only way to get them back is to go and buy a C card. So the only way to do that, if you can look right here, there's other cards that'll do it. But here, if you take a dice and say that 2 that we talked about up there with that new tile. See that 2? Let's move that up there. There's the 2. Now we got a boat, so we can take that and it counts as a boat. And you put it here, you pay your 2 divisions, and you can go buy a card. And you can pick up any one you want. And then you would say you want that one, obviously. You get the worker, and then you build it out like this. Okay? And there are some rules about connecting C cards that give you bonuses. Okay? I'm not going to talk about those, but it's another layer of complexity of the game. So you go back and forth, taking turns, building out your tableau by buying land and C cards, sometimes adding stars above, sometimes adding inspiration above the stars to give you bonuses at the end of the game, and sometimes getting people to support that add bonuses for you. And in this case, this person only works on a Vista, right? So she can only go under a Vista card like that. Now, one last thing to tell you is that, so there's bonus scoring tiles, and then there's these bonus manipulation tiles on the boards. But let me show you one of these manipulation tiles. Okay, so see that plus? That's pretty nice manipulation as you build your tile, because that means any 4, you could roll a 4, right? Allows you, any dice in that column can be upgraded to a 5, right? So that makes any 4 or 5 you roll give you a camel. So that's kind of the way you get to build your caravan out. Now, there's one more piece. I keep saying the last piece, but there's these minarets. And you can put influence on the different minarets. It's like there's 3 different universities or something out there. And there'll be various actions that let you put these out there. And they do certain things. First of all, if you have the most influence and a minaret at the end of the game, you get a scoring bonus, and each one is 3 points. Here, if you have influence there, you could take an influence off and it counts as a boat. So regardless of the die number you get, you could go use a boat. This one, if you take one off, it allows you to manipulate any of your dice up or down 1 point. Actually, you can do it 2 points. Take one up and it can go up 2 points, okay? And then the black minaret allows you to journal an extra time, which is kind of nice, because sometimes you'll recall your thing. Remember here, you get to journal, get a coin, right? And you journal, you move along the line as long as you can fulfill the requirement, and if you spend a black, you can journal a second time, so you can race down that quarter. So those are all of the mechanics. That's what it is. And every time I play it, so far I played it 5 times, and every time there's moments, I should let you know, when I'm just a little confused, when I have to kind of piece it all together. Oh, there's these black tiles as well. These are also, let's see, I'll show you this one right here. That black tile that you can get right in there, right? That's oriented up and down. And what that is, it counts as 3 points at the end of the game, and any dice in the 2 column is a plus or a minus. You can move it to a 1 or a 3. So it gives you a lot of versatility. One aspect of the game is you're building your caravan so that your dice have more abilities and more capacity. Then you're building cards, and then you're journaling, while also paying attention to how the cards fit together to get you end-game scoring. So the end result is, as I'm going to tell you in the review, as I already did tell you in the review, is that there's a lot going on here. But this should give you a sense, an idea of the excitement of playing the game, or the headache, depends on how you look at it.